about a game. It's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? It is Tasha. I am back with another video. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel. We are here to talk about Ready to Love yet again, season 8, episode 2. If you are new here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Please comment in the comment section. Everybody thumbs up the video, okay? If you are here and you watch it and enjoying it, why are you not liking the video? It's free. I don't charge you. YouTube don't charge you for liking the video. Just like the video, girl or guy, whoever you are. So let's jump right into the episode this week because, y'all, let's talk about a few things. I'm still trying to get the names and everything together. So please, if I make a mistake, charge it to my head, not my heart. It's still a lot of people, still a lot of moving parts. The scenes move fast, trying to keep up with everything. Okay, so this episode opens up where the last one left off. We're going to see if Brandon or Habibi is going home. And the winner, or I guess the loser, is Brandon. He said it wasn't a big surprise for him because, of course, the divorce is recent, the 4 kids. That would have been a lot for anybody, so he completely understands it, which I am glad he wasn't bitter about it, because you should have known that going in here that you were going to be a walking red flag to these ladies, okay? Habibi still thinks he made great connections, and the connections that weren't great, they were the fault of the women, not him. Why couldn't 2 of them go home? Because this man, girl. The next day, we see the singles head to a brunch. Taquilla is still in shock that she was at the bottom, but she's ready to start the day fresh. Okay, girl. Everyone starts to link up to get to know each other better. Tommy shows up and he talks to the crew. He tells them that the journey for finding love starts now, but they really have to work for it. So at the end of this week, after they go on some dates, Tommy will meet with the ladies and they will decide who will be going home. So Marvin talks with some of the women and proceeds to tell the ladies more about his BDSM. The ladies are just asking you questions, Marvin, because they're curious, not because they actually want to know the information to participate in the dungeon room with you. Just FYI, in case you did not know, okay? Unique says that Marvin really makes her nervous because of his confidence and his dominance. And he's like, he starts to read her body language and he really loves the way she responds to him. And I'm like, are you talking about the response into you as to who she could be as a partner mate for you or a partner in the dungeon? Because I don't know if Marvin knows the difference between the two or if he just connects them to be one and the same, because the way he was talking, it's more of in the dominatrix aspect of it, not that she could be a potential lifelong partner, and those are the qualities he likes and wants to see. Could just be me, but that's what I was getting, okay? Habibi says he's connected with Taquilla the most because his personality really doesn't match with most of the other ladies. Okay. He sits with Sierra and basically asks how she messed up her last relationship. And I was like, Habibi, like, okay, I'm all down for a man that likes to tell jokes, likes to be fun, likes to be laid back. But you have to get to know people before you can jump into talking like that, because they don't know you. So they don't know whether you are serious or you are playing. So it's like, if you are really trying to get to know somebody, please don't say no stupid stuff like that. Like, that's just dumb, okay? But she said she thought it was cute, and I don't know why. Red and Unique, they talk about, you know, the whole job comment with him having thought jobs. I just really want him to stop being so sensitive about it, because I'm starting to think she hit a nerve. If it's really bothering you that much, is there some truth to it? And did she hit a nerve with you? Okay. He said he didn't think, you know, their conversation ended well. She said she didn't think it even started well. She tells him that the comment, she didn't really mean for him to take it to heart, but she just thinks, you know, those are thought jobs. But he says he meets disrespect with disrespect and says, you know, if they are kind of in the similar industry, isn't her job a thought job also? And I was like, no, because TV/film producer is not the same as a comedian and a DJ. And he tries to point out of like, you just not going to basically disrespect this job that makes him 6 figures. Okay, nobody cares how much money you are making. If your personality ain't there, if you acting like a little rhymes with witch, then we don't really care. We just don't, Red, okay? He says he's big on energy and he really didn't expect to talk to her again. And again, my question was, well, why are we here? He says that maybe the person for him is somewhere else, and she basically agrees and gets up and leaves the table and leaves him sitting there. And I hollered, and I was just trying to figure out what was the point of this conversation yet again, for you to get in that last dig that you maybe didn't get the last time. You just couldn't keep it to yourself and you just needed to get that comment out read. Is that what it was? Okay. We then see the ladies go on a group date since they have the power this week. So this first group date is Habibi, Red, Phil, Taquilla, Kira, and Janelle. Taquilla tells Phil that she tried to connect with him and then he pulled away. And he said basically their lack of connection, he feels like came from their conversation about sex, which I can agree, because when they had the conversation, Taquilla acted like she was a little taken aback and was like, ooh, why are we talking about that when, girl, you asked him? So he answered the question. Janelle says she is feeling red. Habibi says he and Janelle haven't talked, and Janelle is like, yeah, we have. And she lets us know that he made an offensive comment about her body off camera, and she will not be giving him any more of her time. Kira and Red are being playful as they're at like this place where they're playing like I don't know what it's called, but it's like bowling pins, but you have a football, you're trying to knock down the pins. So Kira and Red are being real playful. Janelle is acting jealous, saying, you know, y'all is getting a little bit too close. And Red absolutely loves the attention, because I think he knows deep down inside, any other time in a regular environment, he would not be getting this type of attention from women that look this beautiful and have this much going on for themselves. Okay. But he just ain't cute for me. I'm sorry. He just don't do it for me. The teeth, I think it's a bit of a lazy eye or something going on. Like, it's just not doing it for me. It's to turn off for me, but to each their own. Okay. Habibi and Taquilla talk as they are playing darts, and she asks him how he was able to manage his previous relationships if he travels so much. He said he just found a girl wherever he was, and she was like, so you cheated? He was like, yeah. And she was like, well, okay. And he said it's also because his girlfriend at the time didn't give him any oral sex. And I was like, wow. So that was reason enough for you to just go out and cheat rather than just not be with this woman and waste her time and act like you are in a committed relationship with her. But of course, desperate Taquilla says, oh, I can respect his honesty. I just can respect it. Girl, somebody can be honest and still be a red flag at the same time. And Habibi is a walking, talking, breathing red flag. You looking real pick me right now, okay? Janelle continues to poke at Kira, and Red even picks Kira up and, you know, is twirling her around. And, you know, he's only doing that to get a reaction because he knows Janelle is feeling him a little bit, and he was over there with Kira. Like, stop playing these childish games. Habibi then lets Kira know that, you know, he's kept his penis in his pants for a full year. And that was just so hard, because if you know a man that has done that, it is just so extremely hard to do. She again loves his honesty, but says it's going to be a no for me, big dog. And I said, thanks, girl. That's what everybody else needs to be saying about him. All right. But after the group date, Taquilla, you know, she still wants to give Habibi a chance. And I'm like, girl, you just continue to look desperate out here on this TV show. All right. So we then see Red and Janelle sit down. They start to talk while they eat. She talks about her dad being a police officer, so it was hard for her to date. He asks if she still keeps in touch with her exes, and she's like, she doesn't, but you know, they still want her, and all it takes is like a phone call or whatever. And I was like, girl, don't they all? Don't they all? Okay. And then as they are walking off, she says she just wants the record to reflect that she has a real bag and she has a fake one, I guess in response to Kira. I didn't know, because we use the term bag with money and truly like a purse bag, what she was talking about in those terms in regards to Kira and her. But I was just like, Janelle, girl, I like you. And I don't really think that was necessary, especially not over Red. And I thought she was feeling Herbert like that. Janelle, come on, I like you. Let's not, don't make me not like you, okay? Then we see Aries host a party, and she invites Jessica and Sierra. And then the guys that she invites are Quentin, Chris, and Herbert. Herbert says that everyone looks like they're in a Gap commercial with their denim on. I was like, Herbert, you sounded real old right now, okay? Sierra asks Herbert if he believes in sex before marriage, and she says yes. She thought she wanted to ask him that because of the energy he was giving off and how he's always saying sexy things to her. He asks her the same thing. She says she does believe in sex before marriage as well, test driving that car before you buy it, but she's been abstaining from sex for almost a year now. We then see Jessica talk to Chris about arranged marriages because of his culture, and basically he said everybody in his family has done that, but he decided he wanted to pick his own partner. Even at one point, I think his grandparent has showed him pictures of a set of twins and was like, which one do you want? I was like, wow, that is, I just couldn't even imagine. Okay. Aries and Quentin talk, and she says that they kind of have an unspoken chemistry as they sit on the couch. They're kind of caressing each other's arms, but there is a 10-year age gap between the two of them. So he asks her, you know, her views on dating a younger man, and she's like, well, I mean, technically, you still a grown man. It's not like you in your 20s or something, so she seems to be cool with it. Jessica then tells Herbert that he gives off ladies' man energy, and he's like, how I'm giving off ladies' man energy? If I was doing that, I would be with the lady and not here. That's right, Herbert. If you had the energy, you would not be here, okay? We see Sierra leave. Herbert offers to walk her out to her car, and then Quentin helps Aries clean up. They give each other a nice, long, tight hug, and I love them type of hugs from a man-child, but they do that and the party is over, okay? So next we see Sierra have a one-on-one date with Habibi, so they can, you know, she can get to see him in an intimate setting. I really want this man to go home because this man really thinks he is from Dubai. Like, I really... The head wrap, it sends me every time because I'm like, this is not your culture. This is not your culture that you are trying to act like you are a part of, my good guy. Because you go visit Dubai and play the saxophone over there does not mean you are from Dubai. Oh my God, he annoys me. He compliments her on her nails and says he is judgmental and has a problem with women who come on dates and don't have their nails done. Why does he always have something to say? Like, just always have something to say. Habibi asks if he stands out, and she tells him that, you know, you stand out, whether good or bad, you stand out. He asks about her family dynamic. She talks about, you know, her mom, and said that they talk on the phone every day and that her mom would think he is interesting. He tells her that she looked mixed and he thought she was mixed. And she was like, no, I'm blackity black mixed with black, okay? She tells this story about how, you know, she was younger because she's Creole. She loves crawfish, and she basically learned how to, you know, crack and eat her own crawfish at 4 because her mom was taking a little bit too long and to do the crawfish. So she was like, I got to learn this on my own. And Habibi then says it in a joke that your mama ain't ish. Again, sir, you don't know these women well enough to talk the way you are talking. This could maybe be a pass if you were talking to women that have known you a few months and they know your personality, they know your sense of humor. These women do not. So I'm going to need you to reel it back in, okay? If you want to stick around, which we don't have to worry about, I'm going to need you to reel it on in, okay? Sierra basically is ready for this date to end, and she says, if I had a wee-wee, it would be soft right now, and I am ready to call my Uber because I'm ready to go. Yes, ma'am, we are. So we then see Lee go on a date with Quentin. He says basically they are like a match made in heaven, especially because the two of them are into fitness. They talk about social media in regards to their occupations because, of course, if y'all are anybody on social media, you know, anybody, first of all, everybody think they're a fitness expert or some type of trainer. But if you're on there, you really have to like showcase your work. You have to show off your clients. You got to show off your body itself to see what you're doing so that they can see what kind of results they could get with you. But he says, you know, as I'm fine with other men, you know, looking at you or whatever, because I know you kind of coming home to me. So he ain't worried about it. He says that because they are both into fitness and he's sure she takes care of her clients, that she will for sure take care of him. Okay, she says she hoping that they can work out together one day, okay? We then see the ladies meet up with Tommy to discuss the guys in the ladies lounge. He tells them to really be honest with their conversations because, you know, it only hurts them if they are not honest with him. Lee says she's feeling Quentin, and many of the other ladies say they are as well. Sierra says Herbert makes her girl downstairs clap. I swear, I love Sierra. Oh my goodness, I think she is so funny. Of course, no one really mentions feeling Habibi except for Taquilla. Everybody else thinks he's a complete clown. Taquilla says that he means well. And I'm like, girl, how do you know that? How do you know he means well based off the BS he has been feeding you? I don't understand how you've come to that conclusion, child. And then some of the ladies talk about Quentin, and I believe it was Taquilla and Kira that says they don't feel like Quentin is for black women. And I was like, what? And Taquilla's like, yeah, because, you know, I asked him if he was feeling anybody, and he was like, you know, none of these people are really my type. When they showed a flashback, this was the very first day, and she asked who he was feeling, and he was like, he really isn't feeling anyone and haven't built a connection with anyone. That was the first day, girl. That is completely understandable that he had not developed a connection with somebody, and you kind of flipped that into something else to agree with whatever Kira was saying. Like, girl, I did not like that at all. Stop it. Many of the other ladies did not get that vibe, especially Lee was like, man, I'm the darkest one here, and we vibing with each other, okay? He like all of this over here. And I was like, I didn't get that vibe from either. Y'all two really need to cut it out. So Janelle lets us know that her first interaction with Habibi, remember she told us that, you know, it was a little bit of disrespect. So she tells us that when they met for the first time, she kind of turned around and he was just right in her face. And he looked down at her boobs and said that he was going to suck them the next time he saw her. I should be shocked, but I'm not. Because Habibi just does not know what to say out of his mouth, okay? Tommy gets upset and tells the ladies that if any of the guys say anything inappropriate, they need to tell him ASAP, because basically we ain't putting up with none of that, okay? Taquilla says, it's the energy you giving him. Girl, you keep sounding stupid trying to stand up for this man that is for the streets. Let him be for the streets, okay? I don't know why you putting up this fight as if Habibi is worth it, child. So Taquilla then says, and y'all please correct me in the comments if I did not hear this right, okay? Taquilla tells her that the men are only going after her because of her skin color. Did I hear that right? We gonna do this light skin, dark skin situation on this TV show with all these beautiful black people? That's not what we finna do, Taquilla. That's not what we fitting to do, okay? She gets up, acts like she's ready to nuck if you buck. And I was just like, this can't be life. Because this can't be life. Because I did not really hear, I didn't hear Janelle say anything about her negatively. It was about Habibi. Why is you taking up for Habibi? Like, this is my man, my man, my man, my man. Oh, gosh. I don't get how you don't see, like, if I'm the only one that maybe is feeling something with this man, let me check in with myself and see why I may be liking him, why I'm having this connection. Do I have blinders on? Maybe you should check in, because everybody can't be wrong and you be the one that's right about him, girl. Like, this ain't it, okay? But Taquilla, she should have gone home, because this is not it. They end up having to escort her out, but then she ends up coming back. She's a little bit teary-eyed and says she isn't into tearing women down, but it's only so much that she can take. Again, girl, what did you have to take other than people talking bad about Habibi? Please tell me, what did I miss that they said about her? Let me know. Anyway, overall, the consensus is the ladies is not really feeling Habibi and Red. So as the episode ends, we see Habibi and Sierra. They go out on a date because Tommy is like, they have to tell whoever the person is that they have to go home. So here, Habibi and Sierra go on a date. Red and Kira go on a date. Sierra tells Habibi that she left the last date feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Kira is telling Red that the lady said a lot of things about him and that they thought he was boring, but she did not think that. Sierra tells Habibi that the ladies think he's attractive, but the disrespect seems to be a common denominator between everybody. Kira tells Red about the thought job comment. And of course, Red is like, if anybody believes the comment that she's making, none of these ladies are for me. Child, this man is really in his feelings about this thought job comment. Do you hear me okay? Sierra approaches Habibi about the comment he made about her mom, and she tells him that the ladies think he is not ready for love. He says he thinks that the spice was a little bit too hot for these women, and he's still walking away with his head held high, and he will find someone spicy. So with him being gone, we know that Red is now safe this week to stay in the house and continue to complain about this thought job comment for at least another episode or two. We'll see what happens as the show goes on. But that's how it ends for this week. Please drop y'all comments down in the comment section of what y'all thought about this week's episode. I ain't mad at Habibi and Brandon being out of here on the first 2 episodes. But the next episode, maybe let's work on Red getting the boot. That would, well, not the next episode, but the next vote they have for the men. Red is probably the next one that I want to see go. And for the women next week, I hope Taquilla goes home. Let me know below if y'all agree or disagree or what your thoughts are so far. I will catch y'all here next week. Same time, same place. Peace.